Good evening, basketball fans. We are coming to you tonight from the border of Green Hills and Forest Park on the campus of Winton Woods High School. Tonight, the Warriors of Winton Woods welcome another Eastern Cincinnati Conference foe from the Forest Hills School District into these friendly confines, this time in the form of the Turpin High School Spartans. Can the Warriors avenge last night's hard-fought loss to Anderson, or will the Spartans continue their impressive role in the ECC this season? My name is Shane Coleman, and we have got ourselves a good matchup here tonight. Winton Woods coming into this one only having one win so far, but they have been very close in a lot of games, including a game last night that I myself got to call. And this is a team, their record is very deceiving, folks. Winton Woods is a very good team. They just have had a couple of very close games, get a couple of bad rolls, and they're a very young team. Looking at this roster for the second night in a row, they do not have a single senior dressed tonight. They have a team full of juniors and sophomores, and there are a couple of players that you really need to watch for with this Winton Woods team. Number one, and I mean the actual number one, is a kid named Jermaine Matthews Jr. Folks, if you've been following Winton Woods basketball at all this year, Matthews Jr., this kid can play. He's a good ball handler. He can put the ball in the hoop. He leads the ECC in steals. Matthews is going to be a player to watch, as is Derek Lawson. That's number 10. He's a junior. He threw down a huge dunk, and he's actually going to be taking the tip here for the Warriors. He threw down a huge dunk last night for Winton Woods. Turpin, I heard I'm over here above their coaching staff here. I heard them moments ago talking about how they're going to be playing man-to-man, whereas Winton Woods tends to play zone. So it'll be interesting to see what we have going tonight as we get ready to go here. Winton Woods in the home white, Turpin in the visiting maroon, and the Spartans win the tip, and we are underway. Turpin going to work it around at the perimeter. Had a shot, doesn't take it, he's going to drive, kicks it back out wide open, and it's good. And number 33, Matthew Johnson, puts the Spartans up early. And this is a problem I saw Winton Woods had yesterday early on, is that they were giving up a lot of very wide open three-pointers. That's something that they're going to need to work on with Turpin being as good as they are. Turpin coming into this game at 8-5, but they're 7-1 in the conference. And there's Matthews going to work. He works it down low, and it's almost intercepted. And that's going to stay Winton Woods' ball. They're going to say it hit off of Johnson there. Winton Woods going to inbound it. Gets it to Damarian Stone. Stone going to work on his man. Backs him down. Goes up. And the contact and the foul. And the big man's fired up after that one. Looking to tie the game with this free throw. Damarian Stone, he is a big individual, folks. He's also on the Warriors football team. And there is nobody on the floor for Turpin right now that's anywhere near the size of him. Can't get that one to fall. The Spartans get an uncontested rebound. And here comes Turpin. And that's going to be Brady Hardwig for Turpin. He's their leading scorer. Also only a sophomore, the youngest guy on the floor right now. And there's an interception by Matthews. Matthews on the break. He gets it cut off. And there's Stone, picks it up. And Stone goes up. What a shot by Damarian Stone, the big fellow with the touch. And Stone doing the work for the Warriors early on. And there's Winton Woods in that 2-3 zone defense that they do like to run. That's Hardwig with the ball up top now. Looking for a pass, gets it. There's Johnson again. Gets it down low, kicks it out, wide open, he's gonna drive. What a move, oh! And Short, I think Short actually got a hand on that. We have a foul, no shot. They're gonna get number 10, that's Derek Lawson on the foul there for Winton Woods. Inbounds it to Johnson. Turpin gonna drive, kicks it back out, working it around the perimeter. He's got a man in the corner, takes the three, and it's good. That's number 5, Ethan Zinn, the senior. And here's Matthews, and if they're going to do what they did last night against Anderson, he is going to be directing traffic a lot tonight. Winton Woods likes to run a very methodical offense at the half-court offense. Over to Short. Short dumps it down. Nice hustle by Lawson. I believe that is a jump ball, and it's going to stay Winton Woods' ball. And Lawson can go up and get the ball, folks. The kid is very explosive going up and getting the ball. Gets it down to Stone. Stone going to back his man down. And we have a foul. And they actually are going to call that foul on Stone. That's going to be an offensive foul, so that'll be Turpin ball. So here comes Turpin, going to take it down. That's number 4, Dominic Cantrella. He gets double teamed. Over to Hardwig. Works it over. Johnson gets it down low. Back up to, there's Hardwig for 3. Got it! And that's Hardwig, the sophomore. He is also Turpin's leading scorer as only a sophomore. And here comes Matthews, and he's going to slow the pace down and direct traffic. This is what Winton Woods likes to do on offense. They are very slow and methodical with their offense, but it works for them. Gets it over to Short. Short getting pressured, gets it out to Stevens. And Caden Stevens, this kid can shoot the 3 ball, and there's one right there. No good that time. And Stone gets an easy rebound and a putback. And Stone, all 6 points for the Warriors so far. The big man is eating right now. And we got a timeout, and that is a Winton Woods timeout. As we take another look here at Turpin, a wide open 3 there. And then we got another 3, and that's Hardwig, the youngster, only a sophomore. As we get a look at Coach Andre Tate for Winton Woods, coaching up his guys. A very youthful group at Winton Woods this season. As I mentioned earlier, not a single senior is dressed tonight. Winton Woods, they've been had a disadvantage a majority of this season. They've only played 9 games coming into this game. They've only played 2 games in the entire month of January, or the entire between January and February, 2 games, folks. So Winton Woods, they started off sluggish last night against Anderson. When they got into the second quarter, it was a completely different team. So Winton Woods looking to find their footing again. They still have a little rust, having not really gotten to play much this season, but between COVID issues with their own team and COVID issues with their opponents, it's been a struggle getting games in for the Warriors. So here we go, 4:43 to go here in the first. 3-point game, Turpin going to bring it in. E.J. Short going to apply a little bit of pressure for Winton Woods, not much. And there's a trap, and they immediately pass it back over. Gets it around. That's number 2, Devin Marath. Sorry, I don't know the pronunciation there. He's going to drive. Kicks it out for 3. No good. And Lawson brings down the rebound. Here come the Warriors. Matthews is going to slow the pace down a little bit and start directing some traffic here. Stone comes up to give him a screen. He's not going to use it. He looks to the bench for a play. Gets a screen, goes the other way. He's going to drive off his back foot. And we got a foul, and they're going to say that was on the floor, so no shot. And they're going to call that a number 4, Dominic Cantrella for the Spartans. So we get another look there. And Matthews, folks, he is only a sophomore. As Short goes up and gets the bucket, and that'll cut that lead down to 1. So E.J. Short getting his first action of the game. And he's applying some pressure, and a nice screen there by Zinn, I'm sorry. Spartan's going to work it around the perimeter. They're going to slow the pace down a little bit. Zinn going to pass it around. There's Hardwig. Over to Moraith. Wide open 3. Good. Number 4, Dominic Cantrella, the senior, hitting the 3 ball. And another timeout here. And that's going to be a Turpin timeout. So just like we saw last night with Winton Woods playing Anderson, for those of you who are watching that game on Waycross, Winton Woods struggles to defend the 3 early. And that's what we've seen here in this one, as we see the couple of 3s there by Turpin in the highlights. So Winton Woods, that 2-3 zone, they're a very aggressive defense, but they do give up 3 balls because they try to double team a lot. As Winton Woods breaks their huddle there, the officials urging them to hurry up since Turpin's been waiting on them. Winton Woods will inbound the ball here. 3:30 to go in the first. Stevens going to bring it up. Stevens also a youngster for this Winton Woods team, only a sophomore. Short going to drive, puts it up and no. But we're going to have a foul. That's number 5, Ethan Zinn, a little slow getting up for Turpin. Appears to be okay though. Hobbling a little bit, grimacing in pain. Looks like they're going to bring him out. So we get another look there at Short getting fouled. And Zinn going to come out of the game for Turpin. That's number 55, Max Gundrum, coming in for Turpin. Winton Woods going with an interesting strategy. They're not going to have anybody down in the key on these free throws. They have all 4 of them way back, as Short misses the first. Kind of an unusual strategy for this early in the game. This is usually something you see when you have a lead late, but Winton Woods, I guess they're afraid of Turpin getting a fast break on them. And Short misses them both, and Turpin with an easy uncontested rebound, and here come the Spartans. And that's Cantrella going to work it. He gets it to Moraith. Over to Hardwig, back to Moraith. Works it over to Sheffer. Hardwig with a deep 3. Rims out. Turpin comes down with the offensive board. And Stone's right in his face. There's Moraith with a nice layup. Devin Moraith with a nice little play there by the Spartans. Caden Stevens going to go isolation on Hardwig. Pulls it up. Gets it out to Lawson. Lawson over to Short. Short going to work it back to Lawson. Lawson looking, he's going to drive, pulls up, puts up the shot, and it's good. What a shot by Derek Lawson. And here comes Turpin. And that's going to be Cantrella going to slow it down. A 3-pointer for Hardwig, no good. And Matthews comes down with the rebound, and he's going to push it. And we have a foul. Take another look at that shot by Lawson. A nice hop step, goes up through the contact, and he gets it. Lawson, a very athletic young man. He put up a huge dunk last night and also put up a big-time swat on a big individual for Anderson. And Stone goes up for another one, gets his own board, and that's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Turpin. Some substitutions coming in here for Winton Woods. E.J. Short coming out of the game, and that's going to be Damarian Stone also coming out of the game. We have number 23, Alu came in for Winton Woods, as well as number 11, that is Tariq Dixon. Gets it down to Alu. He loses it, and we got a tie up for the ball. Nice hustle by Alu, but that's going to go to Turpin on the jump ball based on possession. Turpin going to bring the ball up. That's number 2, Devin Moraith. Works the perimeter right back to him. Moraith directing traffic for the Spartans. Oh, what a hustle play there by Lawson. And it's tipped, so no over and back. And here's that aggressive defense by Winton Woods. Right to Alu, and that's a turnover. It's almost like he was passing it to him, folks. And here's going to be Stevens driving. And we got another jump ball, and that's going to stay Winton Woods' ball. Stevens, I like the aggressive play, but that young man, he is only listed at 5'5", so maybe not the smartest idea to try to attack the big men down low. So Winton Woods will take over. There's Matthews for 3, no good. And here comes Turpin. Turpin's going to push it. And they're going to slow it down a little bit. Moraith going to go isolation here. He's going to work on Dixon, passes it around. They double team him, kicks it out. He had a shot, but he hesitated too long. He gets it back out to Hardwig. Hardwig gets double teamed. An interesting pass, but it gets to Moraith, goes up, no good. Loose ball. And here comes Matthews for the Warriors. That was a nice little rebound there by Christian Ingram Jr., number 0. And Matthews going to go right back to directing traffic here. He may wait for one shot since there is no shot clock in the state of Ohio. Winton Woods with a very methodical offense, as we've seen the last couple games that Waycross has covered for them. Matthews goes right to the bucket, can't get it, gets his own rebound. What a shot by Jermaine Matthews Jr. This young man can do it all, and he is only a sophomore, folks. Winton Woods fans out there, get used to this young man. He is going to be the face of your team for the next few years. Gets it down low, gets attacked, no good, and we are going to, that is going to be a foul on Winton Woods. And they're going to get Lawson for that foul. Here's another look at that nice little shot there. Matthews can't get it to fall, but the awareness to go get his own board and puts it right back in and cut that lead down to 2. That's number 55, Max Gundrum, shooting 2 for Turpin. And the first one goes in and comes back out. Substitutions for both teams. That's Damari Stone coming back in. He's coming in for Lawson. And number 4, Dominic Cantrella, comes back in for Turpin. And Caden Stevens also coming in. He's going to give Jermaine Matthews Jr. a break. Probably a good idea. Matthews, I don't believe, got a single breather all of last game, so that young man is going to be probably tired here, so it's a good idea to get him a rest. So here's shot number 2 for Gundrum. And he makes that one, and that makes it a 3-point lead for Turpin. Stevens going to run the offense now. Getting pressured. Nice behind the back dribble, gets double team, gets it to Stone. Stone gets it down to Alou, puts it up, and we have a foul with just under a second to go in the first. Alou going to the line for Winton Woods. A chance to cut this lead to 1 if he can make them both. First one does not fall. Substitution for Turpin. That is number 10, Jack Selfridge, coming in for Turpin. Puts it up, misses them both. And that is going to do it for the first quarter. Folks, we have a good one after one period of play. Turpin with a 15-12 lead over the Winton Woods Warriors. So just as we saw last night with the Winton Woods game against Anderson, Winton Woods starts off a little cold, giving up a lot of easy three-pointers with that 2-3 zone with a lot of double teaming down low, giving up easy shots. But as the period goes on, they end up getting back into a rhythm, and that's exactly what we saw here. So if this game is anything like last night's game, Winton Woods, they are going to get hot here in the second quarter. There's a shot of Coach Tate for Winton Woods, coaching up his guys. All right, getting ready to go here for quarter number 2 at Winton Woods High School tonight. Both teams head back out onto the floor here. And that is going to be Turpin ball to start the second quarter. And that's going to be Cantrella handling the ball for Turpin. Gets it down to number 11, Thiessen Lee. Johnson gets it out to Hardwig. Hardwig pulls up for 3, and it's good. And the team's leading scorer just keeps doing it, and Turpin going with that full court press. And Matthews is trying to direct traffic. Gets by his man, pulls it, or picks up the dribble, gets it down low, an errant pass is picked off by Turpin. And that was Lee, came down with that one, gets it over to Selfridge. There's Cantrella, gets it over. Hardwig again for 3. That one does not fall. Matthews comes down with the rebound. He's going to push it for the Warriors. Goes right at him, and we have a foul, and that's going to be a block on Turpin. And Matthews slow to get up. They're going to call that one on number 11, Thusen Lee. E.J. Short checking back into the game for the Warriors, comes in for Tariq Dixon. Gets it into Matthews. Matthews going to direct traffic. Gets it over to Short. Short going to drive. What a move and a foul, and we're going to be going to the line shooting 2. They got number 33, Matthew Johnson, for that one. And here's another look. Short, actually, I believe, might have gotten away with a travel there. It looked like he took about 3 steps, but they're going to let it go and call the foul on Johnson instead. And Short nails the first one. So Short shooting the back end of one here. Made the first. Let's see if he can make the second one. Cut the lead to 4. Does not get the bounce there, and that'll be a Turpin board. And here come the Spartans, going to push it. Ingram right in his face, though. Gets a nice screen. Kicks it out. Hardwick wide open again. And he nails yet another three-pointer. Brady Hardwick, the young man, the sophomore, has been doing it for the Spartans in this one. Matthews going to push it up the floor. He pulls up a little bit, slows it down, drives by his man, and that ball just gets taken from him, and we got a block on Turpin. And Johnson looking perplexed there on that call, so that's going to be Winton Woods' ball. And that is going to put Turpin in the bonus, so Winton Woods going to be shooting 1-1. So let's take another look here. I don't know about that one. So Winton Woods going to be shooting 1-1. That's going to be Matthews at the line. Winton Woods again drops everybody back like they've been doing the majority of this game on free throws. And Matthews can't get it to fall. That's Lee comes down with the rebound for the Spartans, and here comes Turpin. Turpin's been shooting the lights out from 3-point. Johnson's going to work it. He's got Short right in his face, kicks it over. Cantrella going to call play here. Looks to his bench, gets the play. Kicks it back out. That's Selfridge. Gets it over to Hardwick. He's going to drive, kicks it out. Johnson. The 3, good for Selfridge. Turpin has been shooting the absolute lights out here from 3-point. And that's going to give him an 11-point lead, and they strip it. And that's going to be off of Turpin, and that's going to stay Winton Woods' ball. And this Turpin Spartans team, they are a very good team. They're 8-5, but they are 7-1 in the conference. There's another look at Hardwick just nailing another one. This young man has been shooting the lights out. He's averaging just under 13 points a game, and I think he's about at that already in the first half. Matthews going to pull up from 2, no good. Alou had it and lost it, but they're going to say Turpin knocked that one out, and it's going to stay Warrior ball as Caden Stevens checks back in for the Warriors. Turpin actually played last night against West Claremont, but as of this afternoon, no score had been reported. Now it's up and down. That's going to be a walk. And Alou not happy. He's trying to say that he got fouled, but the refs aren't buying it, and that's going to be Turpin ball. And Alou checks back out, and Lawson comes back in for the Warriors. Let's take another look. Kind of iffy. Turpin going to work the perimeter. They've been red hot from 3-point land tonight. He's out there again. He's going to drive. Nice defense there by Lawson. And Hardwick from 3 again. And the young sophomore just doing it all night for the Spartans. Man, somebody's got to cover him here. Stevens going to push it. And he gets it swatted by Hardwick. Turpin comes down with another one. Winton Woods getting aggressive on defense. They're trying to claw back into this game, down 14. Oh, nice play by Matthews. Oh, and a late foul call. A very late foul call on that one. Matthews already had the ball going towards the basket and they called the foul. Winton Woods coach not happy about that one. Let's take another look. Matthews, yeah, he definitely got him on the arm, but a little late on calling it. Nice effort, but can't do that. Turpin going to slow the pace down again. Moraith gets it down low. Selfridge has all kinds of room. Stone playing him back. Cantrella going to work with way deep again. Gets it over to Selfridge. Back to Moraith. Over to Hardwig. Back to Cantrella. Gets a screen. Lawson's right there. Almost pokes it free, but nice control there by Cantrella. Hardwig looking. He gets double teamed. Gets it over to Moraith. Gets it to Hardwig. Goes by short. The floater does not fall, but Turpin gets the board, and he's wide open again. Moraith for three. No good. In and out. And E.J. Short comes down with a big Winton Woods rebound, and then he turns it over, but then he gets it right back. Turpin, a very aggressive defense here. Short trying to get by. He finally does get across half court. The ball gets poked free again, and that's going to stay Warrior ball. This Turpin defense, they are very aggressive and very quick. A lot of balls getting poked loose. Substitution for Turpin, that's number 11, Thiessen Lee comes back in. Yeah, bad pass from the official there to Lawson. Gets it into Stevens. Winton Woods needs to catch fire, and they need to do it now if they want to stay in this game. Stone going to back his man down, but he loses it, and here come the Spartans again. Nice play by Short to knock that ball loose, but it's going to go out of bounds off of Winton Woods. So that's going to stay Turpin ball. Turpin has two more coming in. It's number 14, Matthew Sheffer, and number 4, Dominic Cantrella coming back in. For Hardwig earning a well-deserved break there after putting up a serious number of points in the first half. Gets it in, a bad pass. Johnson able to corral it though. Cantrella looking, he's got a man wide open, and it's good, and that's number 14, Matthew Sheffer getting on the board. Hand down, man down. That's going to be all night, and we've seen it all night from Turpin. You leave them open, they're going to score. Matthews going to drive, kicks it over to Lawson. Lawson goes up. Oh, what a shot by Derek Lawson. Very athletic play there by Lawson. Johnson had a three, doesn't take it, kicks it out. Gets a hand, and the shot goes in, and the foul. And Coach Tate for Winton Woods not happy about that one. Coach Tate still arguing that one for Winton Woods. Let's take another look. There's another look at that great shot by Lawson. Goes right up under. And he misses it. Lawson comes down with the rebound. So Winton Woods has some serious work to do here. Down 32-15 with just under 3 minutes to go. Matthews gets it over Short. Short pulls up from three, no good. No foul on that one. I'm not kind of surprised they didn't call it. Lawson kind of went right over him and hit him in the face, but no call. Winton Woods, and we got a double dribble against Cantrella. That's going to be Winton Woods' ball. Here's another look at that last ball, or that last foul call. I don't know, it kind of ran right into Matthews. Looked like Matthews might have had both hands on the ball, but I'm not sure from that view. And we got a foul off the ball on Johnson. So Lawson going to be shooting 1-and-1 here for the bonus. There's another look. Yeah, Johnson, he does shove Lawson. Yeah, there's a shove away from the ball. So Lawson at the line shooting 1-and-1. .2:15 to go in the first half. Turpin with a big lead so far. And Lawson hits the first stump. So Lawson trying to hit the back end here. And he makes them both, and that cuts the lead down to 15 now. Winton Woods going to have everybody up. And Turpin gets Winton Woods to back off a little bit, and then here comes the trap. They break it. Selfridge kicks it back out. Lee works it over. Hardwig back in there. Drives. Goes up for the layup. What a shot by number 10, Jack Selfridge. Nice behind the back dribble there by Stevens. Pulls up from three. No good. Rebound by Turpin. He gets double teamed, but he immediately gets around it. Turpin looking here. What a smart play there by Hardwig. And then Winton Woods timeout as this lead is up to 19 now for Turpin. The Turpin bench, they are fired up over here. And this is the kind of thing you look at when you look at the standings. Winton Woods only one win on the season. They beat Milford back in December. Turpin, they've only lost one game in the conference as we get another look at a basket here by Turpin. Winton Woods, they did not have a whole lot of guys to sub in last night. It's basically the same guys that have been playing all game here. And you kind of wonder, is fatigue going to be a problem for Winton Woods tonight, because Turpin looks very fresh, and Winton Woods, they're looking a little sluggish already here in the first half. So here we go, minute 34 to go in the first half. Winton Woods going to bring it in, down 19. Turpin still going to go with the full court press with a big lead. They're going to let him across fairly easily. Matthews gets a screen, from Stone. Short goes up, can't get it. Alou gets it, and he gets that one to roll. So Winton Woods trying to put an end to the run that the Spartans were on. And they double teamed. They're leaving guys wide open from three again. That one doesn't go. Short takes a tumble, loose ball. Turpin comes down with it. Hardwig again from three. That one can't go, but we have a foul. And they're going to call it on Winton Woods again. And they got E.J. Short for that foul for Winton Woods. As we take another look. Oh yeah, Short was leaning on him pretty hard there. Just under a minute to go in the first half in what has been a very lopsided game so far. Winton Woods, if they want to get back in this game, they've got to stop the bleeding very quickly and start clawing back quick. Oh, almost a quick shot there by Hardwig that goes, but he gets his own rebound. Turpin going to work the perimeter again. Winton Woods, they keep giving that outside away. There's Hardwig again for three. Can't get that one to go. Turpin with another offensive board, and they turn that one over. Here comes Stevens. You better watch out, Cantrella right there. Errant pass. Alou comes down with it, though. Gets it to Stone, and that's going to be a foul. I couldn't tell if that was going to be a walk or a foul. They called a foul as they both take a tumble there. Let's take another look. I think the argument could be made Stone walked there, and he also threw a forearm, but they're going to get Turpin for the foul. So Stone going to go to the line shooting two as we're in the double bonus now. And Stone can't get the first one to fall. Handful of substitutions here for both teams. Stone looking to hit the back end of the two shots. And can't get either one to fall. And Turpin comes down with the board. Moraith going to get it across. Gets double team, gets it in. And another foul on E.J. Short. And that's going to put Turpin in the bonus. So we're going to be shooting 1 and 1 here for Turpin. It's number 55, Max Gundrum at the line. And he makes the first. 13 seconds to go in the first half. Turpin brings in a couple more fresh bodies. And Gundrum makes them both. So Winton Woods, once they get across, they may hold for a shot here. Gets it to Matthews. Matthews gonna work. He drives, goes up, shot, good. And that is gonna do it for the first half, folks. Turpin with a very lopsided lead here, 38-21 as we head to the locker rooms. Don't go anywhere. We'll see if Winton Woods can pull a comeback out. We'll be back shortly.
Hi, I'm Bob Hoying. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the second half of action here, folks. Winton Woods has some work to do, down 17 as we get ready to start the second half. I'm joined now by Jack Langan, our color commentator today. And Jack, thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah, sorry to be late. Looks like I've been missing quite the game here.
Yeah, you've definitely seen or missed an offensive explosion by Turpin, but Winton Woods, they're going to have to do some work here in the second half if they want to stay back in this game. All right, we're getting ready to go here with the second half. Got a young man on the floor there. I think he wants to play for Winton Woods tonight, but he's going to take his seat. Winton Woods going to take over here to start the second half, and they've got some work to do, folks. 38-21 Turpin leads as we get ready to go here.
Yeah, they were real late coming out of the locker room at halftime. I've got to wonder if the coaches weren't giving a fiery message to their team.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of a few of those in my day when I was playing football. They're not fun. Lawson goes up, no good. Turpin comes down with an easy rebound there. That's Lee. Cantrella gets it over. Selfridge over to Johnson. Johnson gonna drive, kicks it back out. And a nice little layup there by Lee. Winton Woods gonna push it back up a little slow here. Matthews gonna direct traffic. The lead back up to 19 for Turpin. Works it over to Short. Gets a screen by Lawson, goes up. Airmails that one. Turpin comes away with it. Here comes Selfridge. And here's Hardwick. He was lights out in the first half. Over to Johnson. Over to Cantrella. Cantrella going to drive. A floater. In and out. Gets his own rebound. Loose ball. And that's going to go out off of Turpin. That'll be Winton Woods' ball. Oh, aggressive defense there by Selfridge, but Matthews is able to corral it.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I've seen a team up 19 points pressing to start the half. And that's an aggressive strategy by Turpin.
Yeah, I guess Turpin's wanting to make sure they don't let up on the gas until late in the fourth. I believe Turpin has all their starters still in the game as well. Matthews going to the line for Winton Woods here. And Matthews hits the first one. Matthews trying to dig or cut into this lead a little bit here. And he gets the friendly roll, and we have a stoppage. And they're going to get Lawson for a foul there.
Yeah, we got the replay right here, and there you see, looks like he was hooking right there. Easy to call if you're the ref right there.
Yeah, I believe they actually called Selfridge for a foul as well because they said 10 white and 10 red, so I'm thinking they got them both for a foul. This Turpin's going to come up short with the defense there. Ingram. And timeout Turpin. Winton Woods still showing some life here, the aggressive defense. Got to give them credit.
Yeah, I mean, that's their hallmark. Winton Woods, real athletic team. As much as they turn around possessions, they score a lot of points in transitions, get a lot of steals in this conference, and it's no surprise if we're going to see a lot more points in transition from both teams, really, the way they're both pressing.
Yeah, Winton Woods, having called their game last night, they were very aggressive on defense. I mean, Jack, as we were talking at halftime, Matthews, he's actually the conference leader in steals for Winton Woods. So very aggressive on defense are the Warriors.
Matthews only a sophomore, I believe.
Yeah, Matthews only a sophomore. He is going to be the face of this team here in a few years. He does it all for him. He can pass it, he can play defense, he can shoot. That young man, he is going to be a real good player for Winton Woods in the next couple of years. He's got very high basketball IQ for somebody his age. Kicks it out. Johnson pulls up from two. No good. Short comes away with the rebound. Winton Woods going to push the tempo a little bit. And Short going to pull up and let his teammates catch up. He's going to drive. Oh, what an easy play by E.J. Short. Winton Woods going to stay aggressive on defense. They keep trapping. But that's what happens when you trap and they break it. It gives them, and there's Hardwig again. Man, somebody stop Brady Hardwig. The sophomore has been torching it from three-point tonight.
Yeah, no surprise there. He's fifth in the conference scoring. Only a sophomore. A lot of young talent on the floor tonight.
Yeah, Hardwig, he has been tearing it up for Turpin. Lawson goes up for an interesting shot there. Turpin comes away with the board, and here come the Spartans going to push it. They've got numbers in transition, and Selfridge can't corral it, and it goes out of bounds. So that'll be Winton Woods' ball. Substitution here. We get another look at E.J. Short doing it himself there. A real athletic play by Short. And then we get another look at Turpin. Hardwig just nails another three. I believe that's his sixth or seventh three-pointer tonight. Man is on fire from three. Caden Stevens going to bring it up, another sophomore on this Warriors team. He's going to work on fellow sophomore Brady Hardwig. Gets it to Matthews. Matthews going to drive. A nice spin goes up, and he gets the friendly roll. And Winton Woods is going to need that to keep happening if they want to stay in this game. Here comes Turpin. They easily break the press. Cantrella's got it here at the top. Gets it over to Hardwig. Hardwig looking. Gets it back to Moraith. Down to Johnson. Johnson kicks it to Hardwig. Gets it back over to Johnson. Working it around. Moraith. Back to Hardwig. Over to Selfridge. Selfridge going to drive. Goes up. And a nice little floater there by Jack Selfridge. Turpin, they just won't take that foot off the accelerator. Stevens going to work on Hardwood. Oh, an errant pass there. It's picked off by Johnson. Gets it to Cantrella. And the foul. He gets the friendly roll. Turpin, they just keep the foot on the gas pedal. Winton Woods, they just look tired out there. These guys played a long game yesterday. They've made very few substitutions of guys who haven't played significant minutes already.
Well, that play all started with Johnson on the other end, getting that interception and leading it down. We now see Cantrella at the line to finish off an old-fashioned three-point play.
That lead is up to 20, the largest lead we've had all night. Actually 21, 48-27. This is the largest lead we've seen all night for Turpin, a 21-point lead. Ingram goes up. Not going to get the friendly roll there. Moraith comes down with it for Turpin. Winton Woods is going to back off the pressure here with a 21-point deficit. Moraith going to work it here. Working on the big fella. Stone pokes it loose, but they're going to call the foul. Take another look here. Stone trying to guard Moraith, and he just gets that arm in there and slaps him. Stone actually going to come out of the game now. Oh, quick hands by Ingram, but that's going to be off with Winton Woods, and that's going to stay here with Turpin. Gets it over to Selfridge. Selfridge's going to work here. Gets it back to Cantrella. Cantrella back over to Hardwig. Hardwig, I think this kid's got about 30 points tonight the way he's been shooting the ball. Gets it over to Hardwig. He's going to drive. Kicks it back out to Selfridge for three. Good. Man, the Spartans, they just keep on going.
Yeah, when you have that 2-3 zone, you're likely going to leave some guys open up top, and that's something you can't afford to do playing the Turpin Spartans, who is a very proficient three-point team.
Yeah, that's something that Winton Woods has been struggling with the past two nights, is that they like to collapse on the 2-3 zone, but that leaves a wide open three a lot of times. Oh, what a move by Short to get loose. Can't get the ball to fall, and Hardwick comes away with the board. Here comes Turpin. Winton Woods applying pressure again. Hardwig looking to get across, gets it back. Selfridge has got it now. Back to Hardwig. Hardwig going to drive. Oh, what a move, and they're going to call the foul. They're going to get that one on E.J. Short as we take another look at Hardwig. The young sophomore just doing what he can do. And E.J. Short just comes and whacks him right in the chest. Been very impressed by this young man, only a sophomore, and this kid has put up a ton of points as he hits the first one. It's number 55, Max Gundrum, coming back in for the Spartans. And Hardwig hits them both. Very proficient shooter. And they're going to give him a breather. He's definitely earned it tonight. Winton Woods going to push it a little bit. Ingram pulls up for three. Can't get the roll, but Short with a big board, and he gets the rebound in the putback. So Winton Woods, they still have a lot of work to do, but they're still fighting. You got to give the guys credit. Ingram playing some aggressive defense. Turpin gets across. Moraith going to work one-on-one. That's Lee. Moraith going to pull up, but he's going to work it back over to Cantrella. Back over to Lee. Cantrella gets it right back. Cantrella drives. Can't get that one to fall. We got a loose ball. Winton Woods comes down with it. Here comes Matthews. Lawson slow getting back into the play there for Winton Woods. And we've got a charge against Jermaine Matthews Jr.
That was just excellent defense by the Turpin Spartans to draw the charge, and you had Gundrup get his hands on that. Would have caused a jump ball probably. That was clean defense. Beautiful play by the Spartans.
Yeah, there's a reason the Turpin's only got one loss in conference this year. This is a very smart, very good fundamental team. I've been very impressed by Turpin in this game. Moraith quickly gets it across. Works it down to Lee. Lee gonna drive, pulls up, uses the square to perfection there by the Spartans. And that's why the square is there, folks. You hit the square, it's gonna go in. Back out to Ingram. Ingram down to Lawson. Almost surprised him with that pass. Lawson, errant pass, but they are able to save it. Lawson over to Ingram, a high pass, but he brings it down. Gets a screen from Alualu over to Short. Short gonna drive, working it around. Pulls up, and he hits it, and that's gonna be a two-pointer according to the official. Nice shot there by E.J. Short. We've got under 40 seconds to go here, folks. It is a 14-point lead for Turpin. Working it around. That's Lee. It looks like Turpin may wait for one shot here since there is no shot clock in Ohio. Johnson gonna work now. Gets it over to Moraith. He gets trapped, loose ball. Turpin able to save it. Here comes Lee, gonna drive. He gets it stripped, but it gets right out to his own player, Sheffer. Johnson pulls up for three. No good. Rebound by Turpin. Loose ball. And that is gonna do it for the third quarter. Folks, don't go anywhere. It may be a lopsided lead for Turpin, but you never know. We could have a comeback in our hands. We've got a 24-point Turpin lead as we get ready to go for the fourth. And Jack, what do we have to look forward to in the fourth quarter here?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Winton Woods responds. I mean, Turpin came out with a substantial 19-point lead out of this half, and they did not let up off the gas, like you said. So we'll see if they're going to put in some subs, or if they're going to keep their foot on their throats. But I think we all would like to see this be a strong fourth quarter from the Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. You never want to see a game get really out of hand, but this is one of those games, if you're Turpin, you kind of appreciate because you get to let some of the younger guys get some playing time towards the end.
Yeah, that's big as the Spartans have their eyes on the playoffs.
Yeah, this is a very good team in a very competitive conference. Turpin right near the top of the conference. Again, only having one conference loss coming into this game. Winton Woods, they've got some stuff to look forward to in the future. This whole team, as we've mentioned before, they have no seniors on this active roster tonight. So Winton Woods, they're a very young team, and they're going to have some growing pains, but this will be a good team in a couple of years, particularly with the likes of Jermaine Matthews Jr. and E.J. Short and a couple others. They've got some guys to look forward to in the next year or two. So we get ready to go here in the fourth quarter. Winton Woods again, slow getting back out on the floor as Coach Tate talking them up. And we actually are going to have technical free throws here for Turpin. I'm not really sure what happened at the end of the quarter there, but Brady Hardwick going to be shooting some technical shots here as he makes the first. And he makes them both. Still not entirely sure what happened. I know there was a discussion at the end of the half, or at the end of the quarter. I'm not really sure what was going on, but so this will be Turpin ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure Hardaway was even in the game at that point to close the quarter. But he was the one shooting those free throws.
I'll be interested to see what actually happened there because I didn't really see anything go down that was all that crazy to me. But honestly surprised Turpin still has the majority of their starters in this game with a huge lead. Oh, Johnson hits the ground there for Turpin. Gets right back up, though. Gets it to Hardwick. Turpin just going to play a little keep away here. I think they just want to kill off some clock here. Hardwick goes around to Lulu, pulls up, kicks it back out to Cantrell. Cantrell going to drive, goes up, and that's going to be a foul on Derek Lawson. So Cantrella going to go to the line shooting 2 here for the Spartans.
Yeah, you've got to like a point guard who has the guts to go up on a 2-to-1 mismatch to drive to the lane and go up against 2 big guys.
Yeah, Turpin, they've had no fear in this game. They've gone right after Winton Woods from the opening tip. One thing I've noticed with Turpin, these guys, barring that missed free throw there, but Turpin, these guys, everybody on the floor for Turpin, they can all shoot the ball. Like you don't, a lot of teams you have like a big guy or 2 that all they do is get boards and get the easy putback shots, but Turpin, all 5 of the guys on the floor, they can all put the ball up. They must really hit jump shots hard at Turpin. So get another look there of Alu working. That's actually going to be a foul on the floor, so no shots there. Inbounds it to Ingram. Ingram working. Gets a nice screen by Alu. Right back to him. Puts up a shot. No good. Johnson comes down with it for Turpin. Cantrella getting pressured. They do break it. He immediately gets trapped, and that ball's loose. What a steal by Alu. Ingram going to bring the ball up for Winton Woods. Gets a nice screen by Alu, and a nice shot from the free throw line. Doesn't fall. Rebound, no good. Gets swatted by Cantrella, and Turpin comes down with it. And Turpin's got numbers in transition here. Pulls up for 3. Easy basket there. That is Matthew Sheffer with a nothing but net 3-pointer. Dixon going to use some screens here from Alu. Pulls up from 3. No good. Turpin comes down with another rebound. Gets right by him, and another foul by Winton Woods. Winton Woods definitely at the deficit in fouls right now. And there's another look at that 3 by Sheffer. Nothing but net.
Yeah, like you said, they had that disadvantage coming into transition, and it paid off for the other team. Can't let that happen. A couple guys got caught up on that Alu rebound, but still no excuse. And that's why that was such a fruitful play for the Spartans.
Yeah, and I'm noticing there's a lot of hands on hips here for Winton Woods, and a lot of guys bent over. I think Winton Woods is starting to feel the fatigue since they've basically been rotating the same 6 or 7 guys this whole game.
Yeah, that's true. I even see a couple tired guys on the bench as well. So.
Yeah, and our producer Tony just mentioned about half of Winton Woods' varsity team is out with COVID right now, so they basically have about 6 or 7 guys that they need to play, and they just played a very hard-fought game last night. So these guys are probably very tired as he makes them both. That lead now up to 32 for Turpin. Matthews going to work for Winton Woods. And this is the point in the game of the lead, this lopsided, Jack, where the coaches are just looking for effort. Turpin gets another steal. That was another 13, Jaden Alcaldi for Turpin. Nice effort there by Alu. Gets it over to Moraith.
Yeah, you still like to see, despite their fatigue, they're still playing aggressive and sticking to their MO.
Yeah, that's what you want to see if you're a coach. Despite the very lopsided score, you want to see who's still giving effort out there. Because, I mean, this is a young team. You want to know who's going to go to battle for you in a close game. If they're not going to go to battle in a game that's lopsided, they're not going to play for you in a close one. We got tied up here. Nice sportsmanship there by Turpin to help up the Winton Woods player. And they got stoned for the foul there for Winton Woods. I don't know if that was a push so much as he just fell and knocked the guy down. I mean, Stone's significantly bigger than the majority of the guys on the floor for Turpin. He's a lineman for the Winton Woods football team, and Turpin has nobody near that size out there. So I don't really know if that was so much of a shove as much as his momentum took him into him. Got a new player in the game for Winton Woods. It's number 22, Jalen Burbage. Rebound by Alu, and Burbage is going to get his first touch of the game here. Short going to work. pulls up for two, and he hits that one nothing but net. So Winton Woods, they're not going to go away, even though it's lopsided. They're still giving effort. Wide open is Moraith. He's not going to take the shot, though. He's got a Lou right on him. Nice defense. Kicks it back out. Going to drive.
Yeah, you can probably get away with letting some guys open at the three-pointers. They're going to be content to pass the ball a little more often and probably try for an easier two-point shot.
Yeah, I kind of like the way Turpin's doing here. They're not trying to run the score up if they can help it. They're not going to take the three unless it's absolutely completely uncontested. So I kind of appreciate that Turpin's coaches are telling them don't run the score up. Loose ball. And we're going to have a travel here, so that's going to stay Winton Woods' ball. So we get another look. I don't know, did he ever really establish possession? Yeah, I mean, you can make the argument travel, but I don't know. I don't really know if he had a choice there. Matthews going to work for Winton Woods, goes up, hard shot. Alulu comes down with it, and the foul. Take another look there. Alulu goes up and takes that rebound and the foul, gets the bucket. Trying to make it a three-point play here. And can't get it to fall, but Stone comes down with the big board and puts it back. And that's going to be a timeout by Winton Woods. And Jack, earlier in the first quarter, Stone, he had about the first 6 points for Winton Woods, just a bunch of shots of backing guys down.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like there's a guy out there who can compete with his size. If anyone, I would expect number 11, Lee for Turpin, to go up against him. They're both very good rebounders, but they play tall despite their size. Leads the team in blocks and in steals, a defensive weapon. So I would imagine that he would pick him up. But Stone, glad to see he's getting back into the game.
Yeah, Stone, he is just a big human being. I mean, as I've mentioned a couple times in this game, he is a lineman on this Winton Woods football team, which is a very good football team. They are usually in the state Final Four, or at least the regional finals. It usually comes down to them and LaSalle for the region. But so he's a young man. He can move some people down low if you need him to.
Yeah, disappointment this year for the Winton Woods Warriors. Not making it into the playoffs. A lot of people said they were a very deserving team.
Yeah.
And frankly, I'd agree.
Yeah, I played Winton Woods back in my – this has been a few years since I've been out of high school for a little bit now, but my junior and senior year at Roger Bacon, we played Winton Woods in football, and I think we scored a grand total of 6 points in 2 years.
That's not bad if you're playing against the Warriors, I'll say that.
Yeah, the year after I graduated, they won state, so that was a very good Winton Woods football team. I had to play defense that game because our starting D tackle – I was normally a guard. Our starting D tackle got sick. And a nice bucket there by number 32. We actually do not have a 32 on our roster. I'm not sure who that is. But as Winton Woods is going to work it here. And Alulu goes down and he loses the ball. And Winton Woods gets it right back and then they lose it again. Can't get that one to fall.
Nice hustle from short, pressuring him all the way to the hoop. No points given.
Loose ball, and we've got a stoppage, and they're not going to call a jump. No, they are going to call a jump ball. Okay, that's going to be Turpin ball. Let's get another look at that sequence there. Yeah, but I just remember playing Winton Woods my junior year. We played them here at Winton Woods. I believe the final score was about 44-6, and our only touchdown came when they put their JVs in and we left our varsity in. And our running back, who was an all-city running back, scored about an 80-yard touchdown run on their JV. And then my senior year, I was a guard. I was a starting guard for offense. I had to play both ways that game because our starting D tackle got sick.
You must have been wiped out.
Yeah, and we also found out I'm not good at defense in that game. Trying to defend that triple option. They had a quarterback back then by the name of Dominic Brown. He ended up playing at Louisville. There's a picture somewhere, because it was in our cafeteria. I don't know why it was in Roger Bacon's cafeteria, of me just literally getting juked to my face by Dominic Brown. It was a rough film session the next day, I will just say that. And our defensive coach is just sitting there like, what are you doing, Coleman? Nice defense there. That's another fresh body for Winton Woods. That's number 24, Briar Lamb, that was playing some tough defense.
Oh. Matthews couldn't run that long cross-court pass down, and it'll be Turpin to start over again.
Yeah, Matthews, he's got to be exhausted. He played the entire game last night, and he's played the vast majority of this game. We're going to have another stoppage here. We're going to have another substitution for Turpin. That is number 21, Tate Johnson, coming in. Winton Woods still going with that full court press. Just over 2 minutes to go here. A lopsided lead by Turpin. Oh, loses the handle there. That's going to go to Winton Woods.
We're going to see Nathan Hayes check back into the game for Turpin. He's currently guarding Burbridge of Winton Woods.
Burbridge with a nice little move there. Gets it to Matthews. Matthews able to corral that one. Pulls up from the free throw line, no good. A rebound by Turpin. A minute and a half to go in this one. Turpin can really just start playing some four corners if they want to, since there's no shot clock. Nice effort by Matthews. Wide open three. No good off the back of the iron. Stone comes away with the board. He's got Matthews. Matthews with an easy layup. Minute 10 to go here. 28-point lead for the Spartans, and they're going to just slow it down here. They don't need to push it if they don't want to.
Welcome to garbage time. I expect to see maybe some layups, or if an opportunity, we might see someone try for a dunk. Who knows?
Nice floater there by number 23. That is Will Guy. Matthews still working hard for the Warriors. Rebound by Johnson. And Turpin, they really don't have to take another shot if they don't want to. 35 seconds to go here. And I believe Turpin's just going to hold the ball here. There's no reason to put another shot up if they don't have to. Johnson going to drive. He is going to put a shot up, though. No foul call. Turpin, and he's going to take the uncontested three. No good. Turpin's still trying hard here. Winton Woods kind of looked like they just were going to give it to him, and Turpin's like, okay, well, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, that's not going to help your case, missing a wide open three like that, saying, hey, coach, put me in the game. I want some more minutes, you know?
Yeah, that's just going to tell your coach, see, this is why I don't play you as much. You got to make the shots. So we got 6 seconds to go here. Matthews loses the handle, just some sloppy ball handling, puts up a deep three way off, and that is going to do it, folks. Turpin comes away with a 67-39 win over Winton Woods. Winton Woods going to drop to 1-9 on the season. Folks, my name is Shane Coleman. For Jack Langham, have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, be good to yourselves and each other. Good night.